Okay, hello everyone. Here we are at Stokeinteignhead Cricket Club. Slightly unusually, we're playing Bovey Tracey third team today. Just a quick look at the scorers there, doing their job. Well done, the scorers. And we'll just move on here. Just a quick explanation, I think, is merited here about the fact of our presence at Stokeinteignhead. Bovey Tracey Cricket Club, obviously first incorporated in 1850, have 4 teams in the league, 3 in the Devon League and 1 on a friendly basis. And of course, 2 into 1 goes because 1 team's at home and 1's away, and 3 into 1 of course does not. So what they do is they pay a nominal fee to use another pitch, and Stokeinteignhead pitch is their chosen one. So here we are at Stokeinteignhead, just for those of you who don't know, at the Pen Inn roundabout at Newton Abbot. You turn left and fetch your way up the hill there, and the ground is tucked away here in Stokeinteignhead. So the club here was first put together in 1959, so it's quite young, and it's led a semi-nomadic existence until it settled on this ground, which it now owns, having been purchased for a very reasonable fee, I understand, some years ago. And if we just pan back round from the game here, you'll see the clubhouse here. They've just recently raised quite a lot of money to start the renovations of that clubhouse there, which was in a reasonably dilapidated state beforehand, but will look very, very much better before very long. So Stokeinteignhead Cricket Club, they play in the H division. Bovey Tracey, a very large club, as we've said. They have 4 teams, 3 in the Devon League. So there's the third 11 that play in the E division with Chagford, amongst others. And then there is the second team who play in the B division, and the first team are a very well settled Premier Division squad. So there's a good deal of competition in this club, in Bovey Tracey. So we've got a hard game in front of us, and we're a couple of wickets down now. So we have to work hard in the remaining overs to put a score together, which we hope that Bovey Tracey won't overcome. So as I say, we'll move along here. I should perhaps mention last week's game. We travelled to Cornwood, to Delamore Park, where we were entertained by Cornwood Cricket Club. We batted first and scored 281 runs for 3 wickets. And the notable highlight of that innings was a 99 not out from our captain Jake Griffiths, who played very, very well indeed for those runs. I have to say, stood out. It was an outstanding achievement. So I must move quite quickly actually now, because I'm behind the bowler's arm. That's committed the cardinal sin there. Luckily the over hadn't started yet, but I've managed to move away. Most embarrassing. If you don't pay attention here, you can look very silly. So that's Neil Rowland there, just hit the ball away. Let's just move around, hit the ball away, and 4 runs through the extra cover region there off the off spinner, who's the I think second change bowler at this stage. So he's clearly setting his stall out to I think bat long, bat deep, and bat aggressive as well by the look of it, but we'll see what happens there. So yes, we scored 281 in our first innings, and following that, we got Cornwood all out for around about 148 or so, and of course they were always going to be under some pressure. They have to score at 6 or 7 and over more or less from the start. They weren't really able to do that. So and that's another wicket has fallen. That's LBW to the spinner there, who just went for 4. So Neil departs, towing his bat behind him. We're going to have to look out here, because this is threatening to become a little bit of a procession. It wouldn't be good. I don't want to have to show you bad news here. So we should just divert for a minute whilst the activity has gone from slight to 0 on the pitch, and just have a quick look around us. As you can see, it's very well tree-lined around the pitch. The location is just to the I think the east of Newton Abbot. And if you look away into the distance here, between that gap in the trees there, you can see the Brunel Trading Estate here. If you were able to look to the right here, which is, as you can see, replete with trees, you would be able to see the Tyne estuary. and possibly across to as far as perhaps Teignmouth. So this gives you a rough idea by triangulation of the location of the ground. Very picturesque, and it relates really to a point I made some weeks ago about what I like about Devon cricket is that you can find a cricket pitch like this more or less round at every corner. So that's always a nice thing. Newton Abbot, I think, has 3 cricket pitches locked away in various places, which is always nice to see. So I've got the Steadicam working again, as you can see. I think the thing that happened with that is it ran out of electricity, and that's always a fairly bad idea, that, to allow that to happen, and it fell over. So moving on now, we have at the wicket, we have Hugo, who's a debutant in the first team this week, and he's getting forward nicely to the spinner, and we've got Harry, who's still there, having opened the batting, and he's been batting there for around about 21 overs now. He's on something over 50 at the moment, and he's not really been troubled by anything at all that we can see. So there's a little bit of pressure being applied to the batsman now, and I think drinks are now happening, will be taken at this stage, and once again the players go off the pitch. So I think there's not really an awful lot else to say to you at this point. Chagford's second 11 are going along quite well in the league. They're having a rest week in the H division at the moment, so I think there are 2 or 3 rest weeks for the H division, and they're doing very well under the tutelage of the very experienced David Joseph there, who's our coach, a very valuable guy to us, and captain, and he's working with them very well, and really bringing those players out of themselves. And the fact that second team players are finding their way into the first team now, and crediting themselves well, and doing a good job, shows just exactly how well developed the whole club is now becoming. And I think we should sing out to the coaching staff, who are doing such an excellent job. As I said, a big shout out for David there, who, if I could ever do a zoom on this confounded device, I would be able to show you now, but there it is. So we're mid-innings at the moment, 22 overs gone. We're on 123 for 4 at the moment, as I can see, and it's not awful. We have to dig deep now and bat long. We've got another 22 overs to go, and if we score at this kind of rate, then we should be looking at the thick end of 250 for Bovey, Tracey to chase. It would be a chaseable total on this wicket, but we have some good bowlers, and if we can contain them early on, then there's an opportunity for us to win. But I can't foresee that because my crystal ball went flat, so it'd be rather difficult for me to do that now. But I shall possibly give a little report later on as a, shall we say, a post-match thing. We'll see if the time allows, and hopefully the weather. But for now, I'll sign off for this week. There won't be a report next week, unfortunately, but the week after we'll return, and I think that will be away again. So you'll be able to see another new ground in Devon, perhaps that you haven't seen before, and we'll look forward to you joining us then. And until then, I'll say thanks very much indeed, and goodbye for now.